I can hear people talking.
Hey there.
Hey, did you go to the film festival during summer vacation? Oh, the one at Port Island movie theater? Yeah, I watched a bunch of things. They're gonna have it again next week for just one day. What the? What? Hey, what? On the 23rd, right? I'll pass on this one. I forgot that the theme was this time, but I remember it was all kitty. Oh, who's that gonna be for, I wonder? Oh, for Shinji? Oh, please tell me that's right. Because he's the only one who wasn't part of Aragaki Senpai, wasn't the Shinjiro, was the only one who wasn't part of our group at the time. They look ominous.
This is the first time we've met during the day.
It's barely daytime though, but I'm glad we're outside during the stormy typhoon time. I've had this like idea in my head for a game for a long time, but you know, I don't, that's not a thing. But like, I just want to discuss it real quick. I want a game where it's like it doesn't need to be very long, but like just like a game that takes place over 2 weeks, where the first week is like getting your house ready for like a big storm coming, whether it's a house, whether it's a dorm like this, something like that, right? And so it's like preparing for this storm for the week, and then the next week is just getting through the storm, but like you wouldn't live alone, so like maybe it's your family there, maybe it could be something like this where like you're in a dorm with a bunch of people and figuring out ways to pass the time, you know, where like it's not really all that survival. Like there could be little elements of that, of like what to be prepared for as the storm comes during the first week, but like I don't want the focus to be like, oh, it's a survival, you know, into the dark style. Or is that what the game was called? The Long Dark is what I'm thinking of. That's not necessarily what I'm talking about, though. Like, I do like those vibes as well. But like, not that kind of survival, but like during the week of, it's like, oh, let's find ways to pass time with the people we're with and get to know them as characters during that following week while you're stuck in a storm. And like there would still be like we have to choose how to spend our time, but it's not like, you know, make it like something cozy, like a cozy storm game. Does that make sense?
Let's have a chat while the opportunity presents itself.
What about the typhoon? Like, not worried that we're enemies,
that
but
concern me. Now let's be off. I understand one of my group has caused you some trouble. Is she
okay,
a good
interesting.
pet? It must be difficult looking after her. After all, you likely can't rein her in for very long. Or could it be you've already killed her?
She's fine for now.
I see. For now, you say. Then I assume her symptoms have arisen. Considering Kirito,
I wish we could tell him that we did kill her, even though it's a lie. Just to make him. I want to see what that response is.
That simplifies things. Can you imagine it? A persona user murdered by their other half. Such is the fate of a persona that has gone berserk.
A lot of murders happen from the person's other half. That wasn't a good joke to joke about. I apologize.
This power of ours is not meant to be wielded by just anyone. That holds true even for those who were awakened by force. It comes at a great cost, and we can only harness it by walking the line between life and death. This power makes us who we are. And yet, you hold the ability to wield so many. The Dark Hour has graced you with its favor, almost unjustly so from our perspective. Now, I ask you, don't you think it'd be a shame for you to lose such a special power?
It's for the sake of the world.
You stubbornly cling to that sentiment. Do you have no intention of understanding anything? Choosing to turn a blind eye towards your own power, to the grief of the fallen, the unchosen, the unloved. Such apathy, such insolence. You trample upon everything we stand for. And worst of all, your rejection of mine. You tread upon your gifts like dirt, and in doing so, reveal your own arrogance. It disgusts me. I see now that nothing will change your mind. If our beliefs are at odds with each other, and neither side is willing to concede, then a battle is unavoidable. Our final confrontation will come in our own time.
Sorry, do you have somewhere to stay during the typhoon? Since you're potentially homeless, come to our dorm.
And yet you don't see its true value.
That'd be so
Such
funny.
a shame.
I'm drenched from the rain. My whole body is shivering.
Huh. Didn't quite make it, huh?
According to the news, a typhoon just hit. Apparently, it's the biggest one on record. It's moving slowly too, so it'll be gloomy for a while.
Yeah, thanks to that, the school festival got canned. Well, less work for us in the end, I guess. Still sucks that we'll be stuck indoors for vacation, though. So, what you gonna do over break?
I forgot we had one.
Seriously? Dude, you're killing me here. What about you, Fuka?
Me? The only thing I plan to do is go to the movies.
Ooh, a movie? Do you have a date?
It's not like that. I'm going with Natsuki-chan. We actually talk about movies all the time. But with this typhoon, I don't know if we'll make it.
How about you, Yuka-tan? Still gonna have practice?
I don't know. The archery range is outside, so it's most likely canceled until the storm blows over.
Same here. This stupid typhoon is gonna mess up my training.
You gotta be booked, right, Kirijo-senpai?
I'm not sure yet. Why are you so curious about our business, Iori?
Oh, me? Well, I'd be
Oh,
happy
because
to
he
tell
wanted
you
to brag
mine.
about his plans. Oh, that's
I
so
suspect
funny.
We will be visiting Chidori-san. Although she is in stable condition now, we still can't release her.
Man, Ai-chan, you must be psychic. And you know what? She even told me she wants me to come. Oh, man. I can't believe she said
God,
that.
he's actually
So I
being
figured I
real
should
cute right
probably
now.
Check up on her. You know, with the storm and all.
Mm-hmm.
What's with him? Why is he all excited?
Well...
Having to explain to Akihiko what a crush is very funny.
Oh, Amada-kun, what are your plans during the break?
Oh, I'm not really doing anything in particular.
Come on, you gotta be doing something.
Oh, I'll probably go visit the shrine.
Dude, you're a kid, not an old man.
I always go to pray, though.
There's also
Guess
a
you could
playground
say
there for
I have
kids.
a wish I want granted. Anyway, I'm going back to my room. I've got a lot of homework to do.
Oh, okay. Just holler if you get stuck, yeah?
I feel a bit under the weather. Maybe I should go to bed early tonight.
Hello there.
We will receive 5 days off from school. We will have the full weekend off. The 21st is the Respect for the Aged Day. The 22nd is the national holiday. The 23rd is the autumnal
suggestion.
equinox.
Yeah.
Nah.
Canceling schools, we don't get to see Yucatan in the maid dress anymore, huh? Yeah, bummer.
Right.
I suggest that the date be rescheduled, but it seems it won't happen. Well, there's nothing we can do to hinder Mother Nature's will.
By the way,
This building was damaged by that shadow back in April. Nor were there any leaks. I hope this place didn't get badly damaged as I did. I mean, come on, a maid outfit? I'd rather stand outside in the middle of the typhoon than wear a maid outfit. Wish, huh? Why can't you just act like a normal kid? God, please don't make me be sick this entire time because I bought new websites to visit. I don't think I can stay awake much longer.
I've been waiting for you. It's been quite some time since I last summoned you in your dreams. Several seasons have come and gone since I first offered you my assistance. Now then, your persona abilities. Have you been using them wisely?
Not really. I've just kind of been focusing on Pixie. But then again, haven't really thought about that.
So, it comes to you naturally, does it?
That's a kind way to interpret that.
Direct, I sense a great catastrophe in your future, but it would be a pity to lose one with such potential as yourself. Therefore, please allow me to provide you with a new form of assistance. I will unlock further secrets of fusion previously unrevealed to you. I am certain that you will find this to be of great benefit.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
But for now, you must be tired. Please, rest easy. Until we meet again. Farewell.
And another thing. Like, I know we just started, but yo, fuck Morgana, man. Like, okay, I've been thinking about this. Okay? People told me that, oh, Royal changed some things about this arc. But I didn't see a single fucking thing change. Morgana's still the biggest piece of shit. And I was holding off. I was like, oh, well, you know, people have mentioned Royal fixed some things about the Okamura arc. Fucking where? Did they fix anything? Oh my god. Like, I can't, like, I understand that some of the larger fixes that they made for Royal, and I brought this up before, of like giving Morgana more variations when he tells you to go to bed. Like I think there's only been like 3 nights altogether where he's directly told you to go to bed, and each time you try to do something else, he gives a variation of dialogue instead of just go to bed, which is what he used to do in vanilla, right? I've showcased that. And beyond that, like allowing for like, oh, maybe don't go out, but you can still do stuff at home, definitely eases off the Morgana hatred for sure, so that it may not be so frustrating when we get to this point. But they didn't change a single thing about his fucking piece of shit character. He's a garbage person. Thank God he's not human. Because his only redeeming quality is that he has a cute design as a cat. Piece of shit. Like, I'm so angry. Because like I put this down yesterday, right? And edited it and recorded or whatever, right? I guess it was 2 days ago because I edited yesterday. And I put it down, and as I was editing, and I was like, oh yeah, you know, like, it's fine, you know. Got a comment today on yesterday's video about like, or maybe it was a couple days ago. Someone's like, oh, he's losing it at this arc, and it's like, and like I was editing and I'm going over it and I'm like, like people defend this absolute garbage person. Like I can't, like, how do you defend him? He's horrible and learns nothing. Like, it's fine to have horrible characters. It's fine to have them fuck up if they learn from it. Morgana doesn't learn shit. Maybe that's what they changed. Maybe Morgana learns something, and I'll see. But like, people told me that they revamped this arc, went over it some more, and like the only thing that they fixed is the fact that Morgana wasn't like the worst thing in existence before this happened. Like, I'm so over it. And like, yeah, this is a hard energy to come into this with, right? But like I said, like, I recorded it, turned it off. I had to fast forward through it again today to get back to this point right here. But I fast forwarded. I didn't read a single thing. But like, while I was editing, while I was doing this, I'm just remembering all the people who I've talked to, all the people who online were like, oh, Royal's changed it, and I was like, okay, why? I'm gonna not look because I don't want any spoilers for Royal, and I've been so good about not being spoiled for Royal, and I wish someone could have said that they didn't change shit and Morgana's still a fucking horrible character, so that way I wouldn't be this pissed off. Because part of why I was holding, like part of why, and like, you could go back and look. Every time I'd start to get riled up about Morgana, I'd be like, calm down. They said certain things have changed in Royal. And so I kept trying to give it the benefit of the doubt because I didn't want to be too mean to Morgana if they fix some of the problems. Like Yukari is a much better character now in Reload. And I'm not throwing up spoilers, because I'm not going to talk about anything, but they adjusted Yukari to be more in line with her Japanese characterization of the original game rather than the American one, where she was a horrible person, kind of. She wasn't a horrible person, and I actually still mixed on Yukari, but this isn't the game to talk about that. Mixed on Yukari in P3P, I mean. This isn't the place to talk about that. But like, I thought, oh, maybe they'll do something to soften his character. Maybe they'll do something so he's not a narcissistic piece of shit who's never punished. And as of right now, he's still a narcissistic piece of shit who gets welcomed back into this group, even though he's like a toxic fuck. Like, I can't believe this.
What's going on here? You brought over another girl?
Yeah, she's, don't let it worry you.
Of course it worries me. I'm your guardian.
Aw.
So, you found our cat and even took care of it.
Oh, it wasn't a bother or anything.
Haru's best girl,
I'm the
though.
one who took care of you, though.
What's up? You
I
seem
mean,
happy.
not really.
It's been a while since I've had a meal with so many people.
Make sure you go home today before it gets too late, okay? I'm sure your parents are worried.
It's fine if you don't want to go home either, you know. No, I'll go home. If my father suspects something, it'll be more difficult to change his heart, wouldn't it? I'll contact you again, so... Oh, right.
God, she's
Can we
such a
exchange
good girl.
contact info? Will you be okay on
Good
your own?
girl.
If you need, I can go with you. You belong here, don't you, Mona-chan?
No, take him.
Well, yeah.
No. I hate
The matter's
Morgana
been
so
settled.
much.
You'll be welcomed into his household.
Excuse me?
You won't officially be registered yet, but isn't that how things are with young people these days? Go prove your sincerity to him. You can do that, can't you?
So, I'm not even allowed to decide where I will live, am I?
Not only do you come home late, you even stayed out overnight without permission. I thought I had been clear about the friends you choose.
Father, they're not like...
I have my hands full right now with the company. Don't cause any more trouble for me. Hello. Yes, it's fine. Go on.
Hello? I need to discuss something with everyone. Can we all meet?
Okay, so I'm gonna say something, and I want to make it clear that like his behavior's disgusting no matter what. Of like selling his daughter off and not caring about her safety and emotional well-being, and making these decisions for her and using her as a prop. Okay, I want to make that clear. However, there is a sometimes when we discuss things like this, it's not about what's okay, what's moral, yada yada yada, right? So I'm gonna. She's his only child. And as a piece of shit building a dynasty, you would think that even if he was going to demean her as a woman and say she has less value as a woman and can only get married off, you would this is very much him marrying her off to gain political value, but the person she's marrying isn't likely to succeed the company, right? And so, like, it's not like he has another heir. Like if he had another heir, like you know, maybe another daughter or like more likely a son, right? Like, it would still be a piece of shit thing, and I'm not excusing that. But what I am saying is that it makes so much less sense to me of if you're going to build a dynasty. Like the point of building that is that your name's remembered throughout generations. But if you get rid of the thing immediately after you make it, you're not going to be remembered a couple generations from now. You're not going to be remembered for building, you know, this food dynasty as you're working on it, and you're only getting this power in the short term, and maybe that's all that matters to him, is gaining the power in the short term and not building something lasting. But like, even in that context, it feels weird for her to not have a sibling for who's going to inherit the power. Does that make am I making sense? Like, it feels like if maybe if she was being married off to bring someone into the family to inherit, and he's bypassing her, and it could even be like a double layer of like, hey, and this other person provides this other value, but they're being brought into our family, like a second son of the politician, right? Or whatever. And they're being brought in rather than her going out. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me, even from a piece of shit perspective. Like, obviously he's wrong either way, and even if that was the case, he'd be a villain, and we're gonna change it. And I'm not trying to say that this is a better alternative, but it does make him stupid. You get what I mean? Either way, he's evil, but his decision making here seems short-sighted and impulsive. I guess is my problem. like don't be evil, but if you're gonna be evil, at least be smart. You know what I mean? Like, then again, I'm happy that I mean, you know, a lot of evil people are fucking stupid. You know, some of them will spend $44 million on, or 44 billion? Oh, whatever amount on a social media website that they can't keep afloat, and will sue advertisers after telling them to fuck off. So some of them will just say, who can't keep track of anything that they're saying. Even as words come out of their mouth, they can't keep track of it. And then are led around the nose during an entire debate in front of the entire nation. And these evil people exist. And so, you know what? Maybe this is more realistic. Right? But just because it's more realistic doesn't mean it's as fun. Okay, I was happy to talk about. Oh my god, this episode's kind of going off the rails. But bear with me. I was talking with a friend today about Cyberpunk. I love Cyberpunk 2077. I think it's probably my favorite game. Like the longer I spend with it, like I started playing it around like the 1.3 patch, which was only like a few months after the game released, I believe. Maybe it was 1.2, but I didn't deal with most of the significant problems with it. I'm very grateful I played it on PC initially. And I put like 120 hours into it. Then I kind of set it aside, and it would kind of pop back up in memory of like, oh, this is actually really good. And I defended online of like, I'm so sorry for people who experience bugs, but people were saying other stuff about it. Because there's negativity. Clearly haven't actually played it, because it's actually really good if you're not experiencing those bugs, and that's not an excuse for those bugs to exist, or like that I don't have sympathy for the people who did experience them. But like anything, when there's criticism lobbed towards a property or towards media or towards anything really, other people will pile on with things that are undeserving or with their own biases or with because they feel legitimized because of these other actual problems. It's the same thing with like 50 Shades of Grey, because 50 Shades of Grey does actually like portray an abusive relationship, or the author doesn't recognize it as abusive, and like has a lot of problematic stuff in there and portrays the BDSM community poorly. That said, those are like, and it's not written very well, right? That said, people would then also attack it for being, you know, sexy, you know, written smut for women, and would attack it for that. And it's like, well, no, women should be allowed to express their sexuality, and like, you know, some people will find those dynamics hot, and that's fine as long as they know it's not healthy in real life, right? If you have a separation of fantasy and reality, which most people do. Not all people, most people. And so when you have that separation, like, it's fine to find what's hot, and women should be able to just go out there and pursue that in that way. And so while people were criticizing 50 Shades of Grey, there was like a contingent of those people who were being very sexist about it, being like, it's mommy porn, you know, like it's for middle-aged women to get their rocks off or whatever, and therefore it's bad. And it's like, no, that's not right either, right? And so in that same vein, Cyberpunk would get a lot of criticisms that you know, I felt like I needed to defend. Anyways, but I love the game. I ended up, initially I put 120 hours, 130 hours into it, and then I replayed it with a friend, where she watched me play through the entirety of it, because she wasn't used to shooters, but was interested in the world, and we played it together and ended up spending an extra 140 hours in it. And that was on PS5, and then I've done another playthrough since then, and I was on a fourth playthrough and then held off because of Phantom Liberty, and then I did another partial playthrough but stopped at the Phantom Liberty stuff because I'm thinking of doing something with Cyberpunk for the YouTube channel, and I wanted new content in there that I didn't experience, but I really want to go back to it. And the Cyberpunk anime is really, really good. The soundtrack's constantly in my rotation. But it's not just Cyberpunk, that game, but like one of my favorite games of all time, and like got me through. But like I know people say this, and I say this about a lot of media. Super Butterbuns got me through a really bad depression, where I thought about, you know, things that depression leads to, and their channel did legitimately save my life. And like another piece of media that did that was Valhalla, VA11 Hall A, which is like a cyberpunk bartending game that, and I love that game. It's so freaking good, and I played that before I played Cyberpunk 2077, and it became one of my favorites. And so I've always kind of been in love with the cyberpunk genre. Like, I have a specific memory of a specific Ghost in the Shell episode that like affected me, right? So like it's always been built into me. And so like I was talking with a friend about how just today I messaged them and was like, oh yeah, like, you know, sometimes I'll just think about Cyberpunk and I'll start crying, right? Like I'll just think about Cyberpunk 2077 and Night City and start crying, and because I love the games and the media property so much. And so they brought up that like they just watched this episode about Cyberpunk and how it gives this feeling for people of being like nostalgic for a time that never existed, right? Which, you know, that's there's a lot of games and media that do that, but we brought that up. And oh my god, why am I talking about all this? I got this far and I'm about to get to the point and I forgot how this all connects. Oh, I do remember, because we were talking about Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Okay, I do remember. And how they're stupid, and how maybe this villain kind of reflects that. That same level of stupidity. But yeah, part of what draws me to that and to these different like dystopian things is that like we are headed towards a lot of dystopian bullshit. We see it a lot of this AI shit really fucking bad. Our healthcare system really fucking bad. The rise of all these alt-right people in all these different countries and their political groups and populism and nationalism everywhere. It's not just in America, everywhere there's a rise in it. And so it's like, oh, that's all bad, and you know, all these companies are controlling a lot of stuff, throwing a lot of money behind lobbying in a country that can throw its weight around. And I'm not trying to send anyone to an anxiety spiral, but it can feel like there is a level of dystopian that we have currently, right? And we're seeing a lot of this dystopian stuff come around, but so much of it is boring. Like I think there's a subreddit like r/boring dystopia or something like that. I don't know, I'm not part of that, but like a lot of the imagery we get is like, oh, you know, no more winters, that sucks. A bunch of closed up strip malls, right? Like that's kind of like the imagery of the dystopia we're dealing with, you know? And it's just not, at least with Cyberpunk, at least with these other dystopias, it's like an exciting, but like it may be low life, and low life high tech is what Cyberpunk is built on, right? And what we're getting is low life busted tech, right? Like it's not very good. It doesn't work even for our corporate overlords. Like it's all just very mundane, and like we want our villains to be smart, because how else did they gain this power, right? We want them to be clever. We want them to be this more complex or just flat out evil, but have this, you know, when in reality, you know, there's just the son of an emerald mine owner who got rich off the apartheid. They're the son of one of the richest real estate people who squandered a ton of their money. You know, like it's we want our villains to be more interesting. We want them to be more. Because otherwise it's just they're just a person who's and why are we where we're at, you know? And so, like, when we get the media like this, it is like, oh, they're so stupid. Why are they so stupid if they're like the head of a conglomerate who built this thing? And it's like, because that is what reality is. These people aren't smart. They're just able to discard their human emotions long enough to exploit people to become rich. And so we're left with these. They may not all be dumb. A lot of them are, but like, you know, they may not be dumb, but I think we just wanted more from it, right? Because it's not. If our reality was reflected in a game, it would be so. Like if our reality in terms of like fighting against the dystopian, fighting against this, the reality of it is mundane and boring, and I think we wanted more from that. But because it's boring, that's how they get away with it. We have to be able to put in the boring work to be better. Progress is iterative. There's not a, oh, we have superheroes who are going to fix this, you know? It's just, when we're playing a game about superheroes, I guess we kind of want our villains to be more. So what are we going to do about Okamura? Nobody wants to go back out after we've come this far. Nobody wants to back after we come this far, right? Of course not. It's highly likely he has some involvement in the mental shutdown cases. Yeah, we can't just let that slide. Plus, our fans are really hoping we go for it. Fans? But if we want to accomplish anything, we'll need Haru's help. Let's talk to her. Oh yeah, she said she wants to come chat at LeBlanc tonight. Chat? About what? It sounded serious. Let's continue this at LeBlanc then. See you there, everyone.
Haru? What could be wrong? I wonder why she wants to talk to us.
What are they doing? Hurry and take them down. The Phantom Thieves wouldn't let us down, would they? They'll definitely do it. I want to watch the guilt eat them away. Wonder what they're gonna tell us this time.
That's horrible. It's that same fiance guy, right? You know what's going to happen.
Based on what Haru just told us, she'll be taken to his house on October 11th. That means our deadline is the 10th.
But if we trigger a change of heart in your father, he'll definitely be taken by the police. The label of a criminal's daughter will forever stick with you. Your current living situation may change as well.
If I accept a happiness based on the misfortune of others, I'll be no better than my father. And to be honest, I've actually left a request on the Phantom Aficionado website before. She did so around the time we were mulling over who to target next. But the Phantom Thieves didn't make a move. That's when I met Mona-chan. I thought it was fate. I made my decision then. If the Phantom Thieves wouldn't act, I'd do it myself.
The mental shutdowns, treasure, and finally, the change of heart. Our interests have come together.
Would you cooperate with us now? Of course! I should be the one cordially asking to be allowed on the team. From here on, We may be going up against the culprit behind those mental shutdown occurrences. This will be different from our training in Mementos. You better brace yourselves.
You're suddenly lecturing us?
You're too naive. Haru's barely a hair better than an amateur. She's awakened to her powers, but it's weak. Even her persona's lacking a solid form at the moment.
Weak? Really?
She can transform at the very least, but to be frank, she may slow us down. A lot. I'm sorry for causing such trouble.
No, it's
don't worry
okay.
about it.
Yeah.
It's actually convenient for us to target that CEO. Check out this news blog.
There's a lot of negative comments in regard to the Phantom Thieves. The names of obvious criminals have come up, so why haven't the Phantom Thieves acted yet?
The way they're getting heated is on a different level.
Don't forget about the intel on the mental shutdown cases, all right?
Of course! We'll get them both.
October, 10th, was it? We're gonna change Okumura's heart by then. I can't forgive them.
Haru's his daughter. He can't just treat her like something he owns. As Phantom Thieves, it's our duty to punish him.
Hey! What do you want to do?
Oh, we haven't. Never mind.
Yep. What do you want to do?
I didn't realize that we were. Oops. Okay. I forgot which reality we were in.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
You're definitely getting better. I can tell just by watching you.
All right.
Well then.
Hey. What's going on here? You brought over another girl?
Don't get any ideas.
That's not what I meant. Anyway, don't break her heart, all right?
Oh, why are you telling me that? This is the reality where I'm dating someone else. Actually, I don't think in any of the realities I'm presenting to you guys, I date her. But it's so funny. She is my version. She's the Aigis of this game. Of just miles better than all the other girls. Oh, it wasn't a competition. And that's true of my favorite spoiler in Persona 4 Golden. I'm not doing spoilers, obviously. I'm not saying that. So don't skip forward. I didn't put the flag up. But spoiler person in Persona 4 Golden. I guess in Persona 3 are so much better than everyone else in competition. Yuko is pretty close actually to Aigis, I think, in the new version, but that is it's fine, right? But it's still miles, and that's Haru in this game. Haru is so much better than everyone else, and it's part of why this arc pisses me off so much, is because she deserved to have the spotlight for her shit, and she doesn't. And I think part of that is her gentle character, so it's hard to give her a spotlight in the first place, but that's why she deserves it even more, you know?
So, you found our cat and even took care of it.
Oh, it wasn't a bother or anything. I'm the one who took care of you, though.
What's up? You seem happy.
It's been a while since I've had a meal with so many people.
Make sure you go home today before it gets too late, okay? I'm sure your parents are worried.
It's fine if you don't want to go home either, you know. No, I'll go home. If my father suspects something, it'll be more difficult to change his heart, wouldn't it? I'll contact you again, so... Oh, right! Can we exchange contact info? Will you be okay on your own? If you need, I can go with you. You belong here, don't you, Mona-chan? Well, yeah.
The matter's been settled. You'll be welcomed into his household.
Excuse me?
The label of a criminal's daughter will forever stick with you. Your current living situation may change as well.
If I accept a happiness based on the misfortune of others, I'll be no better than my father. And to be honest, I've actually left a request on the Phantom Aficionado website before. Okay.
All right, let's see if the new policeman's there. Well, actually, let's go shopping first. Wrong one. Reprisal chain. Ooh, that sounds like it'd be a good item. Sounds like it does counter or something, huh? Just because I don't look like I am busy. Shirogane, do you know him? I haven't seen him at the station lately either. Funny, it hasn't been that long since he'd be around well into the night looking through files. Maybe he wasn't satisfied with the case's outcome. He seemed to be so focused with it, I thought he was obsessed with it. Has an obsession with the case. They consider him a child. Because I just figured that out, I don't think I can spend time with Rise, right? But it said spend time with Hisano. Oh, nope, on Saturdays. Who the fuck's Hisano? Oh, can I tutor or is that a nighttime job? That might just be a nighttime job. Saintly, and I just got motherly. Fuck off. Fuck off with that. That's insane. I guess I'm not very understanding. Is Hisano the old lady then? Maybe. It is old lady.
My.
Oh, that's right. That is okay.
Yes.
But still. That's not how you start a sentence. The more I look at you, the more you remind me of him. Your nose his nose just a little lower than yours, and his eyes a little bit smaller, and his hair was shorter. He was a handsome man. So you didn't look like me?
Well,
maybe not so much in the face, but your expressions and the gestures you make, perhaps. My husband, that is. My husband passed away recently.
listen, dear.
Do I look like Death to you? No, Death is a little child with like a beauty mole and very bright blue eyes. This is stupid. But no, you don't look like Death. You're too old to be Death. I see. You mustn't become Death, destroyer of worlds. Yeah, I mean, you really shouldn't. When I'm with you, I feel he has forgiven me. It can't possibly be true, though. After all, I'm the one who killed him. I mean, that's probably true in some way or another, but like by accident, and it's not really her fault because God forbid any of these social links actually like do something wrong, you know, in Persona 4 and 5. No, they have to be perfect people, obviously, with only like if they make mistakes or have issues, it makes them endearing and not like have actual moral uh-ohs. Even though some of the stuff like the nurse is a moral uh-oh, and we have other ones that are actual moral uh-ohs even in Persona 5, but it's not framed that way. God forbid, right? What if the people we become friends with are morally complex characters who learn and grow? Can't have that.
Goodbye.
Oh, welcome back.
Hey, Nanako. Read at home, spent with Dojima. Is he outside? Hey, doggo. I can't believe getting the shovel allowed me to do that. I did one shooting several balls. Did the dog hide these? you. That's very silly. Big fan. Big fan. Shinette. Hi. Are you a ghost? My food had to celebrate my child's 7th birthday. However, I'm so hungry I can't even walk. It's truly shameful. I don't have a red goldfish. I'm sorry. I don't know where you'd get one. I mean, is that something you can fish? Hey, Nanako, what do you need? Expression? Oh no, it won't tell me if she doesn't want to hang out with me in the first place. I'm gonna assume it's expression, even though it would be helpful if it was actually, understanding. But I don't think it is. I think it's expression. So I'm gonna translate. Hey, have you been to the film festival yet? Oh, so there is one on the 23rd and this one as well. I remember it's all Kitty. You know, I thought that new Takaya one was, or the Takaya scene was new.
You weren't quick enough, huh?
It seems that they happened to gather in the midst of the storm.
According to the news, a typhoon just hit. Supposedly it's the biggest one on record. It's moving slowly too, so it'll be around for a while.
Yeah, thanks to that, the school festival got canned. Well, setting all that stuff up is a pain, so I don't mind. But it sucks that we'll be stuck indoors. So, how you gonna spend your break?
I have plans.
Been busy, huh? What about you, Fuka?
Me? Well, the only thing I plan to do is go to the movies.
Same.
Ooh, a movie. Is it a date?
It's not like that. I'm going with Natsuki-chan. She absolutely loves movies. But with this typhoon, I don't know if we'll be able to go.
How about you, Yuka-tan? Will you still have practice?
I doubt it. The archery range is outside, so it's most likely canceled until the storm blows over.
Same here. This stupid typhoon is gonna mess up my training.
What about you, Senpai?
I haven't decided. Besides, what business is it of yours, Iori?
Me? Well,
I
I'd
like
be
the
happy
way
to tell
that
you
she
about
said
my
it
plans.
in the new one better.
I suspect that you will be visiting Chidori-san. Although she has stabilized, we cannot release her.
Man, Ai-chan, you must be psychic. And you know what? She wants me to come. Not to brag or anything. I, just thought I should check up on her. You know, with the storm and all.
Is that so?
What's up with him? You don't know either?
Oh, yeah. Ken-kun, what are you going to do during the break?
Oh, nothing in particular.
Come on, you have to be doing something.
Well, I'll probably go visit the shrine.
Dude, you're a kid, not an old man.
But that's where I always go. I guess you could say I made a vow. Anyway, I'm going back to my room.
That's that's an interesting change there.
Oh, okay. Well, call me if you get stuck.
And the fact that it focused in on both of them. You fell asleep as soon as your head hits the pillow. This is the Velvet Room.
I have been waiting for you. I last summoned you in your dreams quite some time ago. Several seasons have come and gone since I first offered my assistance. Now then, your special power, Persona. Have you been using it wisely?
Of course.
Therefore, please allow me to provide you with a new form of assistance. Henceforth, you shall be able to fuse 4 or more personas. I am certain that this will be of great benefit to you. But now, you must be tired. Please, rest easy. Until we meet again. Farewell.
Hey, have you been to the film festival yet? The one on the 23rd? It's a kiddie one. Don't call it a kiddie festival, that sounds bad. You're shivering.
Quick enough, huh?
According to the news, a typhoon just hit.
I mean, I can feel it outside.
Supposedly, it's the biggest one on record. It's moving slowly, too, so it'll be around for a while.
Yeah, thanks to that, the school festival got canned. Well, setting all that stuff up is a pain, so I don't mind. But it sucks that we'll be stuck indoors. So, how are you gonna spend your break?
Nothing special.
Are you serious? Come on, we're only young once.
Yeah, bummer. Have her wait on you. Are you kidding? She'd murder me out of my body in the closet. Yeah. Oh, that's not my bedroom. Sorry, it's the cold. I'm lightheaded from the cold. Forgot.
I have been waiting for you. I last summoned you in your dreams quite some time ago. Several seasons have come and gone since I first offered my assistance. Now then, your special power, Persona. Have you been using it wisely? Therefore, please allow me to provide henceforth. I am certain that this will be of great benefit to you. But now, you must be tired. Please, rest easy. Until we meet again, farewell.